Welcome back to Sports Talk on the Sports Talk Media Network. You can reach the guys with the South Carolina Education Lottery lucky number, 888-898-2525. That's 888-898-2525. Now back to Phil and Chris with the second hour of Sports Talk on the Sports Talk Media Network.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Talk Media Network. On this Wednesday night, we're on the Palmetto Pigskin Tour once again, back on the road. Tomorrow night we'll be at Wofford. Earlier this week, we're at Benedict, off last night. And tonight, over at Allen University in downtown Columbia, where a lot of big things are happening because this program has now transitioned fully into Division II from NAIA. Got their acceptance earlier this summer, so that's exciting. We ordinarily would have the head coach with us in his first year, Coach Cedric Pearl, but he's under the weather. So standing in for him, somebody who is more than capable of handling things, it's defensive coordinator Kienus Boulware, who is a native of Thomasville, North Carolina, played at North Carolina, not related to the Boulwares of here in Columbia. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Did I cover it all?
Yes, sir. Hit it on the head.
Great to have you with us. First of all, I want to touch on your North Carolina days and what you kind of took from playing under Mack Brown and also coaching there that you've taken into your own coaching career.
There's a lot that I mimic from people like Coach Mack Brown. I played for Coach Alan Brown in high school, and my defensive coordinator, Carl Torbush, rest in peace. But a lot of those guys that I've kind of modeled myself after as far as how they conducted themselves, how they treat people. I have my stories, but you don't have time for all of that as far as the things that kind of hit home for playing for somebody like Mack Brown.
If you can't learn under Mack Brown, you really can't learn under anybody, can you?
No, you can't. That's a classic guy. I say he has a killer memory. That memory, I can call him to this day, and we talk periodically by way of text throughout the year,
sure.
Especially during football season. But that guy can remember anybody's ever played for him or anybody's touched or mean anything to him.
Well, it's obviously paid off for you because as you've moved around as a defensive coordinator, you've had great success at every stop, led the nation. You've been part of defenses which have led the nation 4 different places, and now you're here at Allen, and I'm asking you to kind of sit in for the head coach and not just talk about your defense, but the overall view of things as you can tell us in camp so far with your team this season.
Coming in the spring, I got here January 16th, and right there in the middle of January, the recruiting season is pretty much already over, but we hit the ground running. We were limited in staff for quite a while. We was adding one person at a time until Coach got his staff full, and we just hit the ground running, and we have a plethora of coaches that coaches handpicked to surround himself with. Charles Huff, defensive backs coach, heck of a recruiter, former NFL player from Georgia. We got Montez McCray. I actually recruited him when he was coming out of high school, when he went to North Carolina A&T when I was at North Carolina Central. We have Gary Harper. He's been with Coach Pearl at 5 different institutions, and he brings a wealth of knowledge, former linebacker himself, former coordinator. And we also have Coach Eric Kaler, who's a wide receiver coach. And, he was with us at Alabama A&M as the GA. And we also have another coach that's joined us here recently, which is Coach Green, Roosevelt Green. He's also from Thomasville, North Carolina.
How would you say camp has gone to this point?
Camp has gone awesome. It's going awesome. It's like it's exciting to see the guys wake up every day with the enthusiasm. When we got here in the spring, we didn't have enough guys to even facilitate a spring game. We were down to like 40 guys. Some of the guys that transferred out before we got here, some of the guys left after spring practice. But with the injuries and everything else and the class conflict, we were very, very limited in the spring. So it was exciting to see us get around to having a good number of guys that jumped out there with us. So we right now sitting probably just under 100. And with classes starting today, we still have another 2 or 3 guys that we're counting on showing up here any day now. So it's been a wonderful experience.
And you guys really hit the transfer portal hard. I think it was, 29 transfers that you have brought in?
I can't even tell you that number. That number, like I say, is still growing to this day. You know, there are other guys that were finishing up prior obligations at other institutions that had to finalize some summer school and whatnot. So as of latest today, when classes started, we still have 4 or 5 guys that showed up today. And like I said, we're waiting about 2 or 3 more. You're
still learning names.
I'm bad with names. That my cognitive skills aren't where they used to be.
I understand.
So I'm subject to give you a name if whatever sticks to me. But I'm learning these guys as I go. Usually when you stand out from the crowd, it's a little bit easier for somebody to remember who you are. And I can say some of these guys have stepped up and made their presence felt very fast.
A lot of tape on the helmets, huh?
A lot of tape on the helmets, but like I say, at this point, you know, it's like you can take some of the tape off because, like, hey, I know who that guy is because of the playmaking ability that a lot of these guys have shown.
What do you think of your defense?
Work in progress. You know, our goal is to get something better every day out of practice, get better at something that you weren't as good at the day before. But we're staying the course right now and just keeping things simple.
What are some of your defensive philosophies that you're applying here?
Well, we're going to be simple. We're going to play fast. We're going to play physical. We're going to focus more on us than we focus on our opponents, because if we don't know what we're doing, we're not going to have a good outing. So being that we have a lot of new guys first time in the system, we're looking at staying as basic and simple as possible and sprinkling things in little by little.
Yeah. You like to blitz? You like to play soft coverage, man coverage? What are some of your tendencies? I don't want you to share your playbook with everybody out there, but
the early me was quick to pull the trigger, you know, with a lot of blitzing, and the older me is looking to get some help, because the best defense I've ever had was always surrounded by a good offense. And what Coach Pearl is already starting to show, he was the defensive line coach over the last couple of years over with me at Alabama A&M.
Mm-hmm.
So, that had me 7.5 hours away from home. Now I'm 2.5 hours away from home, which is, easier on that. But Coach Pearl, transitioning from the defense over the last 2 years, never lost sight of his offensive ability. So, former All-American, Hall of Famer at
I got you. Don't worry.
At his alma mater, Tuskegee.
Mm-hmm.
He's bringing all of that knowledge and wealth here, and he hadn't skipped a beat. You would not realize that he coached defense over the last couple of years, but offensively, I'm excited, because the better he is on offense, the better we're going to be on defense.
What do you see from? I know you're a defensive guy, but what do you see on the offensive side?
Well, he's committed to running the football. He uses a lot of the run to set up the pass, and not just relying on an air show. So as far as the blocking schemes, the way that he's able to give us a little bit of trouble in practice, says, hey, he's ahead of schedule from where he thought he would be as well.
You do have the school's all-time leading rusher returning as well. Good guy to build a running game around.
He's fun to watch and entertaining, always keeps a smile on his face.
So this new coaching staff, when it comes to instilling the culture that you guys want to develop here over time, what are some of the principles y'all live by as a coaching staff?
Keep it simple. It's a top-notch institution, Christian-based school. So, we're just looking to take these guys, put them in position to be successful, not just on the football field, but off the football field as well. When you understand, we are a small school. We're HBCU. This is not the first option for a lot of these kids coming out of high school. So, we're lucky and fortunate to have the guys that we have.
Mm-hmm.
As a staff, we sit around and we talk all the time. We just look at certain guys walk past us and say, that guy's not supposed to be here. And we're seeing that more and more about a lot of guys that we have here. So I say, we're heading in the right direction and the future's bright.
Yeah. I often talk about when I do the show over here, and we used to do it across the street in the lobby of the dorm where the practice field is. And I used to always talk about, here's a school that's winning games, but it's got such, small facilities. You got a shortened practice field. You got one goal post. I mean, it's tough. They don't have all the amenities that most football programs have. But somehow they managed to work through that and overcome and have a really good season last year and some seasons before. So do you guys, as a new staff, in talking with the administration, do you have some things coming, some plans to get you a full-length football field to practice on, and the things that will help improve your program overall?
Those things are coming. It starts with administration. You're not going to win until they're ready to win. But our president, Dr. McNeely, he's all in. He told Coach Pearl coming in the door what his vision were and what he wanted to do. And, we're ahead of schedule right now.
So you feel good about the long term now that you're here and establishing yourself with this new coaching staff. You guys feel good about maybe what you're inheriting and then your long term plan for success?
Yes, but we can only take it one day at a time. We can wish for it, but I'm not in the process or in the business of wishing my life away that fast.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just take it one day at a time and enjoy the ride as we go.
You guys open up against Clark Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's where Coach Keaton went, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, and the quarterback went.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be seeing I'm sure, a passing attack. I know, as I recall, he used to love throwing the football.
We're looking forward to the challenge. It's like every day we're going to face, we're going to practice a lot more than we play. And I say with the quarterbacks that we've surrounded ourselves with, if it's many quarterbacks in this league that are as good as the ones that we've surrounded ourselves with, I'd be surprised if I saw something that much better.
Yeah.
Not taking anything away from, a player of the year in the conference. But like I say, we got our work cut out for us, but we're up for the challenge.
Yeah. Your returning players, now we got two of them here. We'll talk to them. But you get a sense in practice that they're excited about this opening game. They're looking forward to facing their former coach and maybe, putting a little lumping on him since he left them after last season.
Well, no one's jumping up and down like that, I'm sure, when it comes to game week. Some of those familiar foes, some of the guys who left here and joined that institution,
Mm-hmm.
they'll have a chance to play against some of their buddies. But right now we're still in focus mode on trying to see what the Yellow Jackets are going to do and how we could implement some of our philosophies in all three phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. Well,
we appreciate you coming by and spending time with us. The Tar Heel in the Palmetto State, huh?
Yeah, Yellow Jacket pride.
There you go. Good luck to you this season.
Thank you very much.
Hope it goes well, and we'll be keeping a close watch on you guys.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time tonight.
Yes, sir.
That's Coach Kienus Boulware, defensive coordinator here at Allen. And after the break, Bo Harrington and Sherrod Simmons will join us as we continue the Palmetto Pigskin Tour at Allen University. It's coming up in just a moment. Back in a second.